Advantage Nadal.
He's got another championship point, almost 12 minutes since his last one that he failed to convert.
In your life, have you seen anything like this?
Thank you, players are ready.
Oh. Alright, time to make the tennis paddle. So I grew up playing tennis. I actually used to string rackets, so I'm fairly familiar with how that works, but doing that with a ping pong paddle might be a little tricky. And of course, using tennis string doesn't really make any sense. So what I'm going to do there is actually use some fishing line. So I've got some 30-pound fishing line. I think that'll be thick enough, you know, relative scale from tennis racket to ping pong paddle. The tricky part's going to be figuring out how thin to get the rail on this, and drilling all the holes might be a little tricky, but I'm going to try to model as best I can after this racket. Do my best to try to string it tight enough to where it'll hit a ping pong ball, which it doesn't have to be that tight. It's going to be an interesting process, see how this plays out. As far as the wood, I have this plank of poplar, so, you know, 3/4 inch thick. I won't have to build up the handle because I think this will be thick enough for the handle if I put some grip on it or something, make it look like a tennis racket. Anyway, let's go do it. it just like really springs off it. I didn't think it was gonna work that well. That's amazing. Alright, so this project gave me a ton of grief, and then it just turned out amazing. I'm so happy with how this turned out. The stringing of it, the strings are surprisingly tight, and it really makes the ball just kind of explode off the strings, which is really cool. The fact that I was able to keep tension on it, it doesn't hurt that I have a history of stringing rackets. I actually strung this racket probably when I was in high school a long time ago, but that experience really paid off, so it made laying out the holes for this for stringing a little bit easier. Had some difficulty all throughout the process of this, getting the shape right. There's some lumps here and there. I had 2 original blanks that I made that broke during making it, so this was the 3rd one. Fortunately, it worked. Really happy with how the handle is. So this is a turn-a-grip. If you play tennis, you probably know what turn-a-grip is. It's one of the most popular overgrips. Granted, I've had these for about 15 years, so it's actually kind of falling apart. But, it still gets the point across. Still, it looks like a tennis racket. It plays like a tennis racket. This is one of the first ideas I had when I started thinking about ping pong paddles, because, obviously the analog between ping pong and tennis makes sense. Man, the very first time I finished stringing it and hit a ball with it, my jaw just hit the floor. It's amazing. I can't believe that it works as well as it does. Anyway, hope y'all found this interesting. Leave me a comment below if you have an idea for a ping pong paddle. And other than that, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. That wasn't close.